All right, everyone. Hello, and welcome to Author's Excerpt Sunday. Today we have a special guest. Her name is Miss Barbara Mostella-Oliver. Hello, Miss Barbara. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. How you doing, Sharice?
I'm fine. I'm doing blessed by the best, right? Blessed by the best. She is the author of a nice written book. The title of her book is Why Not? And it is very important that that we get a little understanding of how this book came to be. It says, Why Not is a gripping tale of resilience, self-discovery, and relentless pursuit of the truth. And it is the suspenseful narrative and unexpected twist will have you and keep you as a reader on the edge of your seats. And it says making it compelling exploration of memory, identity, and the consequences of a past uh, deliberately deliberately erased. Haunted by a glimpse of his past, Alfonso, who is the main character, unveils a complete network of relationships and betrayals and hidden motives. Says each memory resurfaces like a puzzle piece, revealing not only his personal history, but also a dark conspiracy.
There are two things that make types of genres, but my main one is fiction.
Hi, sorry about that. I think our internet want to act up on us today.
Okay. I think I'm not seeing. Are you seeing my pretty face well?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
As I was saying, there's a couple of things that got me started in writing. First of all, I enjoy reading myself, and I enjoy reading fiction books. So I was reading all of these books, and I was saying to myself, I can write as well or better as any of these authors that I'm reading. So that's kind of how I got started. But the person that most inspired me to write my first book is an author by the name of Stuart Woods.
Hmm.
And he writes his books. He's deceased now, but the way he writes his books, he gets you in the first chapter.
Hmm.
And when I picked up his first book or one of his books, he's written so many books I couldn't even tell you titles at this point.
Oh, okay.
But um, I was trying to write my books the same way he has written all of his books,
Hmm.
getting the readers in the first chapter. Because I don't like to read books that it takes you 20 chapters to get interested in a book.
Yes, ma'am.
So those are my two inspirations of getting myself started. Being able to write like anybody else and writing books that really inspire readers.
Oh, all right now. All right. So, what was the inspiration behind Why Not?
Well, um, when I started writing, life happens to us. A lot of different things happen to us. We ask that question: why, when, what? And so, with this book, Why Now? It's actually the third book in a series, so it's the last book.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I decided that I want to bring some real life situations to this book
Yes, ma'am.
because we all have them. So we all have them. So because this main character has gone through so many ups and downs and whatever, I wanted the readers to feel like this could be me, or that could be me, or someone in my family. So I wanted to bring real life to this book, as it maybe happened to me or someone else. Things happen to our families. We have love connections. Uh, we have all kind of obstacles. Um, but I want to bring like real life to the character
Yes, ma'am.
because throughout he's been a detective or an investigator. So I wanted to bring that humanness part of him. So that's why I came up with this why now? Why now to start with this character with all the other things he's done so far?
Oh, can you share with us a brief summary of why now? The summary of why now for our audience.
Well, this book is about, as you've already said, the main character, Alfonso. And in this book, he investigates, or throughout the series, he investigates a lot of cases. And this a particular case that he was working on was not favorable to the person that he was investigating.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually, someone tried to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
So that was in a car accident. And
Mm-hmm.
so what happened to him? He ended up being in a coma, the main character.
Okay.
And so miraculously, he woke up in 4 days. And that doesn't normally happen if you're in a coma, but it was
Mm-hmm.
miraculous. So when he woke up, the most devastating thing to him was that he had no memory of his past life. He didn't know what type of work he did. He didn't know he only knew his mother and father. He knew nothing about his past except those two things, his mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
So he feels like he's caused someone else to get hurt
Mm-hmm.
because he's been hurt and he don't know why.
Oh,
And he
okay.
wakes up in a hospital not seeing anybody,
Mm-hmm.
wondering, did I hurt someone? How did this happen to me? Who did this to me? So the story, this book is about him trying to remember, and his memory comes back in steps. You
Mm-hmm.
know, this may happen today, and this may happen tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
but his memory comes back in steps. So it's just so devastating to lose your memory. I couldn't imagine losing my memory and not remembering anything.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what the story is about. But in the end, uh, he has he has a good there's a good ending for him in the book.
Oh, okay. So what was the most challenging aspect of writing Why Now?
Um, the most challenging thing is when I started out writing this last book. As I said, this is a series, so why now is the last book.
Mm-hmm.
So the most challenging thing was, do I want to end this series now, or do I want to continue it?
Okay.
And the other thing is, I wondered if how did my readers feel about me as an author? Had I did a good job
Mm-hmm.
in entertaining them with my book, and how were they going to feel about reading my next books that I'm coming about? So it was kind of emotional ending this book because it was like ending a life.
Mm-hmm.
So it was emotional ending a series.
Oh, okay. All right. Says, how do you approach the writing process? And do you have a specific routine or ritual?
Oh, yes, I have a 7-step routine. First of all, my location in writing. Uh, I have an office in my home, so I need to be have quietness where I can concentrate on my stories. So first of all, having a location that I can concentrate in. So the second thing is the time. So I decide that I'm going to devote at least 4 hours a day, starting in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
to working on my book and accomplishing a certain amount of time, certain amount of chapters in that for a period of time. So you have to devote some time. Otherwise, you'll never get it done.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
the third thing is actually coming up with your story. So the synopsis, coming up with the story. What is the story going to be about? And then the next thing is my research. Even though I write fiction, there are things sometimes in your books
Mhm.
that you don't have a clue about. So you have to do research.
Yes.
So I do research. I do research about my story. So the next thing is deciding the characters. After coming up with the story, doing the research, I come up with the characters, and I try to pick characters that are gonna actually go with the story.
Mhm.
Like Alfonso, the meaning of Alfonso's name is ready for battle. So this definition fits him throughout the series. Okay, and then the next thing is an outline. If you do an outline, you can walk uh, without any problems through your story and writing. Because
Mhm.
if you don't have an outline, you're all over the place. But if you have an outline to follow, you can go through it very smoothly. So that's pretty much my routine.
Oh, all right now. Oh, it says, when as authors we have this way of how when we start writing our books, it becomes like a routine. Like uh, when I started writing my book, I would get up like 5 o'clock in the morning and get my coffee, get myself dressed for the day, things like that, and then I would try to kind of cook me a little breakfast before I got started, for the day, so I wouldn't have to stop then go do the breakfast and stuff. Do you find yourself doing a routine like that when you first start writing, first start thought process about writing your book?
No, it's just like a job. It's just like a regular job. So
Hmm.
if you're going outside of the home to a regular job, of course you get up, you take a shower, you have some breakfast,
Hmm.
you have a talk to whoever your loved one is in the home. So yeah, it's just like a job.
Hmm.
It's not just something that you do. It's just like a job. So you got to have a routine. You
Hmm.
can't just say I'm gonna write this week and
Yeah.
next week I'm not gonna write. It
Yeah.
doesn't work that way.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yes, ma'am. What do you hope the readers will take away from Why Now?
Well, I hope that they'll see that I put a lot of time in writing this book and making sure that they're entertained by my writing.
Hmm.
Uh, and I hope that with my writing that I have encouraged some of my readers to want to write as well. Because I'm asked, quite often, how do you get started writing a book? How did you get started? And so, coming this fall, I will have another book out, which is called "How Do You Get Started." So, I hope that my writing has encouraged them to write as well, because everyone has a book in them.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I do believe that. I totally believe that one. How do you handle writer's block or periods of creative stagnation?
Well, it happens to everybody if you're a writer. At some
Hmm.
point in time, it's going to happen. What I do is I just step away.
Hmm.
I do something else that I enjoy. Maybe going to get my nails done, or reading someone else's book.
Hmm.
But I try not to step away no more than a day or two,
Hmm.
because if you step away and you get this block and it's there for about a week or two,
Hmm.
so guess what? When you get back started, you got to start all over again.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
say take some time, step away, maybe a day or two, and
Hmm.
then start back, because we all do get writer's block.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What advice would you give an aspiring author?
Well, I would say now my motto is don't let anyone set the tone for your day except you and God. So I would tell any author that if you decide that you want to do something like writing a book, don't let anyone stop you, no matter who it is. If it's something that you feel like you should do or something that God has placed on your heart to do,
Mhm.
don't let anyone stop you.
Amen.
The other thing I would tell them is that because when I first started writing,
Mhm.
I didn't know anything about writing. I
Mhm.
didn't know anything about publishing a book.
Mhm.
So I would say just to take maybe like I took an 8 hour boot camp from a publishing company to learn about what's involved in writing a book
Yes.
or what is involved in publishing a book, what it costs,
Yeah.
all the different steps and all the things you have to go through in writing a book. So that would be my advice: is to take some kind of training because there is no certificates or degree required to write a book, but you do need to know a little bit about writing and publishing a book.
Yes, ma'am. You sure do. You sure do. And and um. So did in the process of learning all of learning that, did you learn the process of picking the process from picking the right editor to picking the right proofreader, certain things. Uh, give the an aspiring author another point that they need to know before they get into this writing process.
um, I would tell them to go to some book signings,
Mm-hmm.
um, go to some book festivals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't know any publishers when I first got started.
Mm-hmm.
So research publishers,
Yes.
uh, research what publishers other authors have used.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just jump to the first publisher that you may find on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Do your research
Yes.
because they will take your money. Publishers will take your money without, and I'm being honest.
Yeah.
If you don't know, they will charge you a lot of money for
Mm-hmm.
publishing your book. Um, I'm not an English major. I mean, I know a little bit about grammar
Mm-hmm.
and writing grammar, but I keep a grammar book, at my desk while
Yeah.
I'm writing,
Yes.
to kind of keep me straight. And I also use two applications. I use Pro Writing and I use Grammarly. So those two things help you with your writing.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know that's very important for authors to, before they, before we send that book off to the copyright office. It's good to proofread your own writing. I mean, do you do that as well before you send it off to the copyright office with your books?
Yes, before I submit it for editing, I do my own editing,
Mm-hmm.
and I do it to make sure that my story flows well,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want your story jumping all over the place. So
Mm-hmm.
you want to make sure that you got a product when you turn it over to an editor,
Mm-hmm.
that it is a good product, because you don't want somebody totally writing your story all over because you didn't write it where it flowed well.
Yes.
So do your own. I do my own editing.
Mm-hmm.
I read through it after I've got my draft copy.
Mm-hmm.
Before I turn it over to a professional editor, I don't try to edit my book. I do turn it over to a professional editor.
Mm-hmm.
So um, that's what I would do. Yes, yes. You have to read your own work,
Mm-hmm.
and it has to be your work. You don't want your editor to be your writer. You
Yeah.
want this to be your words. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So
ma'am.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Miss Barbara, thank you. Is there anything else you would like to share with us? Like you have upcoming events, or you have a book signing, or and tell us where we can find you, where we can find the book, and all that good juicy stuff.
First of all, this latest book, it came out February 20th, 2024.
Hmm.
You can find it on Amazon, and it's under my maiden name, Barbara Mostella,
Mm-hmm.
because my married name is Barbara Mostella-Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do have two events coming up. Um, I'm attending the National um, Book Club Conference in
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
August the 2nd through the 4th,
Mm-hmm.
where you can get copies and signed copies of my book.
Mm-hmm.
August the 24th, I will have a book signing at Nubian Bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Morrow, Georgia. Um, I will have a new book coming out, How to Get Started Writing a Book, sometime mid October, November.
Okay.
So those are the things coming up. I do have a website. The website is www.barbaramo08.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have a quarterly newsletter. So you can go to my website and subscribe to my newsletter.
Mm-hmm. All right, Miss Barbara. All right. Y'all heard it here first. You know that Miss Barbara is a very busy woman, and would you suggest to authors that they get involved with the different book festivals that that you hear so much about? Vendors events, book festivals, things of that nature.
I would say yes, and do your research before attending
Mm-hmm.
because you want to ensure that, I mean, you don't know if you're going to sell your book at the festivals,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, make sure you do some research on the ones that you're attending.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I'm attending in August
Mm-hmm.
is in Atlanta. It's
Mm-hmm.
being hosted by Curtis Bunn. He's a best-selling author, and he's been doing this conference for 20 years. And so they do at a lot of festivals. They invite best-selling authors, and sometimes it can um, possibly cause you not to sell any books, possibly because they have highlighted best-selling authors at the festivals. So that's how they draw people, is that they get best-selling authors to
Mm-hmm.
come.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why I say do research
Mm-hmm.
on every festival that you attend.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Amen. I know that's right. Gotta do that research, child. Cause it's an eye opener. Each step has a level of being an author, and I'm still learning stuff. And I've been an author for 8 years, and I'm still learning new stuff. You never stop learning in your career as an author. That's just like any other career that you have. That you've been a part of. That you constantly learning new things. So is there any words of wisdom you would like to leave us with, dear?
I just say if you have a passion for writing, continue writing. Or just like you just said, if you have a passion for something, do
Mhm.
it. Don't let anyone stop you.
Amen.
Because I do it because I enjoy it.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I couldn't do it because it's not that easy at times. But
Hmm.
I would just say, just like any other thing that you're involved in,
Hmm.
you have a passion for it, do it. Let nobody stop you.
Okay. All right, Miss Barbara. It has been my honor and a privilege to have you here. And I want to say thank you to everyone that has supported this program, Authors Excerpt Sunday. And if you would like to be the next guest on our show, you can reach out to me, Sharice Johnson Moore, at ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com, or you can reach me at SNJM at ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com, my email, or 725-256-7817. You can call me directly and get your information. All right. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Thank you. It has been an honor
Thank
and
you
a
so
privilege.
much.
All right. And I want you to have a blessed day, okay? All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. So, everyone, I want to say thank you to Miss Barbara for coming and being a part of our our audience. And I want to say thank you to everyone that supports, Sharice Johnson Moore LLC. And like I said, if you would like to become a author, if you would like to become a author, a guest on Authors Excerpt Sunday, please get in contact with me and Sharice in johnsonmoore.com, or you can email me at snjm at sharicenjohnsonmoore.com, and I would be so glad to sit down and have you as a guest on my show. Yes, you see this book back here called Stand Up Resilient Black Women. That's a best selling. I say that best selling book, bestseller. It's a bestseller. It is a bestseller. So I have copies. I have copies available to you if you would like to purchase one today. If you would like to purchase one today, babies, and you can get in contact with me. Miss Arne Garner is the founder of this novel, this book. It is a self-help book. It is a motivational book. It has 15 authors in the writing. 15 authors have contributed to this book, and we want to say thank you, Miss Ardenay, for allowing us to be a part of this magnificent uh, piece of work. It's a brilliant piece of work. And I want to let y'all know there's also a volume 1 and a volume 2, okay? So, I want to let you know this is what the front looks like of our best-selling author book, and this is what the back looks like. This is a list of all the authors here. All of the authors, Miss Ardenay and all of us, we put in our hard work for this book. Authors contributing to this book is Angela Connor, Carla Smith, Miss Cindy Weathersmith, Courtney Robinson. Excuse me, I had to do the grandma move with the glasses. And Cynthia Griffin Harris, Dr. Janae Bissett Nesbitt, Camerini, Kim Renee, Kim Renee Patterson, Ladidra Penn, okay, Ladidra Penn, Najami Lazama, Odella Barfield, and me, of course, and Sharon Capers, Tanisha Cameron Cole, and Tanka Tanaka Abbott, and Vicky Patterson. Now I think Miss Vicky Patterson has been in the first book. I think Miss Vicky Patterson, don't quote me on that, okay? But I think she is an author in Stand Up Volume 1 as well. And we have to give our props that's due for Miss Ardenay Garner, the lady here in the corner, the lady here in the corner. Miss Ardenay Garner, we have to give her props, right? We have to give her props. You can purchase the ebook on Amazon, or you can go to each individual author that I listed out and find them on Facebook, and you can get your copy today, an autographed copy, from an author of your desire from this anthology. We wanted to say thank you, Miss Ardenay, for making us best-selling authors. I can actually say that. Now I'm a best-selling author. I know when I got up with the news that next Saturday, we had our big launch on April 27th. Then the next day we got up that day and was like, wow, we best-selling authors. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up, pause. Wait a minute, hold up, pause. Wait. I kind of got stuck in my throat. About being a best-selling author. And I want to also let y'all know that we are having a stand up resilient black women who are shaping the world with their faith revival in October. In October. October the 4th through the 6th of 2024. And Miss Ardenay is the coordinator for that. And I think this will be her second year or third year having the revival. It will be in Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, Charlotte, we on our way, okay? Charlotte, we is on our way, okay? On October the 4th through the 6th. We're going to have revival, and we're going to have meetings, and we're going to have, we're going to have camaraderie together, and we're going to, we do this once a year. I didn't go last year, but this year I'm going. Okay, I don't care if it's a hook or crook. Okay, I'm going. Plus, I want to meet all the women I talked to early in the morning. We also have a program. We also have a clubhouse room called Resilient Black Women, author daily inspiration for authors room. That is founded by Miss Ardenay as well. I wanted to say, if you would like to be in that group, she also has a Facebook page. Okay, she got a lot going on, a lot going on. Okay. And that is what we do here on Authors Extra Sunday. We support others. We lift them up, we magnify them, and we give God the glory in everything that we do. Okay, and I don't mind helping my sisters out. I love help. I'm learning how to love helping other people, and helping them, helping authors gain the exposure that they need for their books. So, like I said, if you would like to be an author on Authors Excerpt Sunday, please do not hesitate. Don't hesitate. Please don't hesitate to get in contact with me. You can also go to my website, Sharice N. Johnson Moore, and purchase this book. You can purchase this book, autographed copy of this book. Okay, from me if you would like one. Okay, I want to say thank you to everyone for showing up and showing out. Okay, showing up and showing out. Okay, for Authors Excerpt Sunday, and I will see you back here. I got a lot going on this week with the Authors Excerpt Sunday. Oh my gosh, I got so much going on. I got Alicia Reed coming on. I have KD Allen coming on. I have so many authors coming on to this program. It is not funny. I guess when I asked the Lord, okay, tell me what am I doing wrong, or what do I do to really get this thing popping, with this program. And when you open your mouth, be careful what you wish for, okay? Because I got a lineup for you. It's a lineup. I wanted to say thank you, everyone, for coming in to Authors Excerpt Sunday, and I love you, and I will talk to you next Sunday on Authors Excerpt Sunday. Bye, babies.